Hey friends, welcome back to my channel where I want to help you build strong relationships and a strong marriage. Today, I want to talk about 5 things that women do to lose a man's respect, especially early in the relationship. So let's get started. Respect means a great deal to a man. In fact, men speak in the language of respect. It's intrinsic to his soul. Just as intrinsic to our soul is that we feel loved and honored and cherished, to a man, his language is respect. And so while it is certainly of huge importance that a man knows that you respect him, it is even more important, maybe not more important, but it is equally important that a man respect you. And I see it all the time today. I see it everywhere. Things that women do that are very disrespectful, that could cause a man to be very disrespectful of her. And you certainly don't want this in our marriage, and we certainly don't want this when we're dating somebody. So the first one that I want to share with you, I'm even having a hard time looking in your eye in the camera because I know that this is not going to be a popular subject. I know because not many people, not no one, that's not true. Not many people in this world are doing it, but I'm telling you, this loses a man's respect when you sleep with him early in the relationship. That's number 1. Sleeping with him early in the relationship. Now listen, let's just kick out the old movies that we've been ingrained in our head that as soon as we meet a guy, we need to jump on him like an animal does. That is not the way a classy woman does life. And listen, a man was not going to respect her. He may really enjoy it, and he may really like it. But let's face it, we want him to like us, and we want him to respect us. And so, girl, if you are sleeping with your man early on in the relationship, he might not respect you as much as you want him to respect you. In fact, I want to take it an extra step. The Bible talks about being unequally yoked. And what that means is when a woman who is a believer, when she decides to date a man that's an unbeliever, that is called being unequally yoked. So I read this in an Anne Graham Lotz book. Anne Graham Lotz is Billy Graham's daughter. And I just thought it was so good. She said in one of her books, don't even date a man that's not a believer. If you were a believer as a woman, do not even date a man that's an unbeliever, because you will eventually marry who you date. And so just go ahead and get that started right. Listen to what the Bible has to say about being unequally yoked. This is in 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. Verse 15, what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? And so you got to get this straight first. Second of all, in terms of waiting until you get married, wait until you get married. Listen to what the Bible has to say about sex before marriage. It says, now to the unmarried and to the widows, this is 1 Corinthians 7, it is good for them to stay unmarried. But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with passion. Sweet friend, I know that this is not a popular topic, but you and I were created to share our bodies with the man that God has chosen for us to marry. We were chosen not to give our body away to every man that's out there. We were chosen to give our bodies away to a man that will love us, cherish us, honor us, treat us above even himself. That's what the Bible calls for a man to do. And so, girl, don't be trading yourself. Are you with me on that? Okay, let's head on to number 2. Number 2, don't allow yourself to be pushed around. And I know that, women today, they are strong, right? Which is a great thing. It's great for a woman to be strong. But this is one of those balancing acts, right? You don't want to be so strong that you're a bully. I mean, there's nothing attractive about that. But on the flip side of that, being a pushover, that a man can, whatever he really wants to do, whatever his agenda is, you're just kind of like, whatever, I'll do whatever you want to do. Like, that's not attractive. So stand firm on the things that you feel strongly about. It's okay if you disagree. But stand firm on the things that you believe, your convictions, and the things that you feel strongly about. Don't be a pushover. Number 3, and this kind of goes along side by side, but don't continually sacrifice your need for his. Listen, as women, we do that all the time. If you're a mom, you do that all the time. We put others' needs ahead of our own. A lot. Well, when you are first starting to date, you don't have to do that. You don't have to constantly put his needs ahead of yours. And so while it is kind to do that, don't do it all the time. Don't do that all the time, because he could lose respect for you. Let there be some balance, that you get to do what you want to do as well. Okay, number 4, don't be so easy to get. Yep, don't be so easy to get. Listen, men are hunters. They want a challenge. And so give them a little bit of a challenge when you're first dating him. Don't always be available to go out. Don't always be like right there, ready to return his text as soon as he texts. Give it some time. Play it cool. This builds respect in a relationship. Okay, number 5, last and certainly but not least, do not overshare. That's right, do not overshare. Remember, girls, he is not your girlfriend. And men typically, while women, I saw something one time where a woman speaks about 10,000 words in a day and a man speaks like, I think 3,000 words in a day. Or anyway, I might not have, my math might be off, but you get the point. It's huge. So when you're with him, don't overshare. Don't treat him like your girlfriend. Don't blow up his phone, trying to get him to come over or do something with you. Like that's too much. That's just too much. And so the Bible also talks about casting your pearls to swine. And it's not necessarily that the guy that you're dating is a pig, but what I'm saying is, the Bible, what it means by that is, if he doesn't know you well enough to really hear the deep things of your heart, don't share it with him. He doesn't deserve to know yet. He has to earn the right to know the deep things of your heart. And so be very careful. Don't overshare with him. Okay, these are just 5 simple ways that you can do to make sure that your man is respecting you. That's it. I'll see you next time.